Hey y'all, it's Nikki B and welcome to my channel. Ow, ow, ow. So, today I'm going to talk to y'all about my umbilical hernia repair surgery. Here we go. So, sometime in the summer of last year, 2019, I realized that I had a hernia. And I likely got the hernia because I was lifting weights too heavy. Like my belly button was fine, but then all of a sudden I realized that I had an outie. And I'm like, what happened? All of my 30 something years on this earth, I've had an innie and now I have an outie. But it wasn't bothering me. So I didn't bother it. So maybe around April, May, I started to feel some discomfort in my stomach where my belly button is. Sorry y'all, my cat just doesn't respect the fact that I'm doing a video. But anyway, I started to feel some discomfort, and primarily when I had like a shirt on and my shirt just rubbing against my stomach, like just the slightest touch would irritate me, like bad. And so my husband was like, I think you need to go to the doctor to get this checked out. And also my belly button was like really, really hard. So I went to the doctor, my primary. She did a physical and she was just like, yes, you have an umbilical hernia. And my biggest concern was I want to be pregnant before 2020 is over. I know what y'all thinking, like, why, sis, this year's trash, you trying to have a baby during a pandemic. I'm trying to be somebody's mama. And so my whole thing was, if I get pregnant before I get this fixed, it's going to rip more. And we don't want that. And I've heard stories about just really uncomfortable pregnancies because of umbilical hernias. So my primary sent me to a specialist, and I had an appointment with him, just telling him about how I wanted to have a baby and him doing the exam. And he was just like, yeah, let's just knock this out like ASAP. So at the end of July, I had the surgery. I was super duper nervous because we're in a pandemic and hospitals. And I've never had surgery. I mean, I've had wisdom teeth removed and they knocked me out for that, but I've never had surgery. So I was super nervous about that. And then of course I started looking at YouTube videos like the night before the surgery about anesthesia and about how they put a tube down your throat. So that freaked me out. Like, what the fuck? But I have to say it was a really, the day of the surgery, it was really good. Everyone was really nice. Because the numbers were down, the COVID numbers were down in New York, they allowed my husband to be part of the pre-op and post-op. So he was able to sit with me and talk to the doctors and the anesthesiologist. And then they allowed him to come into recovery once I was wheeled in. So that part I was like super, super grateful for. So let's talk about the recovery. So my stomach, there was a bandage taped to my stomach that I had to leave there for, it was like a week. I could not take it off. I had to wait until my post-op appointment, which was 7 or 9 days after the surgery. So it's like sealed on you tight. So when you take a shower, water's not getting in it. Like there's room for your incision to heal. So I left that on. They gave me a prescription. I left the hospital with a prescription for Percocet. And yeah, so got home and I was in I was still a little high, but it was very uncomfortable. The first 3 days were the hardest. You don't realize how much you use your abs until you have a surgery like that. And it's just like, can I help you? So even like walking up the stairs and sitting down and sitting up and getting up. Whoo, let me tell y'all, going to the bathroom just to pee. My husband, I'm so grateful for him. He was so helpful and just like getting me out of the bed and like moving my legs and, you know, getting me up and then sitting me on the toilet and like just like holding on to me. It was a challenge. And I should have said this earlier. My surgery was not laparoscopic. They cut me open. I'm inserting a picture right here. Cut me open. Used mesh. The tear was about 2 inches. Then they had to sew up, put the mesh, all of that. So I got a funky scar on my stomach, which I am not happy about, but I'll get over it. Because, you know, I'm trying to have a baby, so my stomach might be messed up anyway after I have that baby. So it just might not matter. But anyway, so the first 3 days were the hardest. Getting into bed, getting out of bed, bathing, using the bathroom. And then that's another thing, like the Percocet and the anesthesia makes you constipated. So I was really, really concerned because it was more than 3 days where I just did not go number 2. And I was nervous. I was drinking prune juice, warm prune, like everything that you can do to make yourself go to the bathroom, and it just wasn't working. I was gassy, but I wasn't going. So once I started going, I was just like, whew, whew, whew. Okay. But yeah, the first 3 days was a challenge. Another thing that was a challenge was not being able to work out. Now, I wasn't thinking about it because I was in pain, but you can't work out 4 to 6 weeks. And pause. Let me not say you cannot work out. They say no heavy lifting for 4 to 6 weeks, no core exercises for 4 to 6 weeks. You can walk, and if you have a bike, you can ride your bike, you can do a stationary bike, but outside of that, sit down. So that was hard because I work out, even with this pandemic, I've been working out from home 4 to 5 days a week. So not working out, and my husband is just like, I better not see you in that living room working out for 4 to 6 weeks. That's what got you into this position in the first place. Whatever, I'm grown. So not being able to work out when you're normally pretty active is a challenge. But after the first week, I started to feel better and better. Like each day I started to gain more and more strength. So I was like super happy about that. I gave myself some time before I started to drive again, because even 9 days after my surgery, the doctor has to clear you to drive. So I took an Uber to the hospital for the physical. And while I was even in the Uber, which I hadn't been in a vehicle since the surgery, and even just like being on the road, and the roads are like messed up and the car shaking, my stomach was so uncomfy. So after my pre-op visit, or during my pre-op visit, the doctor took the original bandage off, And then he put some kind of tape on the incision. He said I was healing nicely. I didn't need to come back unless something happened, whatever. And I have not been back because I've been fine. And I just started working out this week. Just like, because it's been 6 weeks. Just like cardio workouts on the Nike app and Fit On app. Been starting off slow, like 20-minute workouts, 30-minute workouts. But I might get at my trainer next week, which I'm super excited about. But yeah, and the doctor said, I was like, well, when can I start trying for a baby? And he was like, you can start trying today. There's going to be plenty of months before your stomach starts to feel the load of carrying a child. But I'm gonna give myself a little bit of time, because yeah, I feel good, but I can't, even though it's been 6 weeks, laying on my stomach to sleep is super uncomfortable. So we don't do that. I'm on my sides or on my back. And before the surgery, I slept on my stomach. But being on my stomach it's uncomfortable, and I'm just gonna wait until it's not uncomfortable anymore. So that is my umbilical hernia surgery repair review. One thing that I do want to say is, during those first 3 days, the day of the surgery and the first 2 days after, which were the hardest days, my husband got me out of bed because I had to use the bathroom. He got me out of bed and got into the bathroom, and I'm sitting there and I am like, how do women do this after they have a baby? Because I can only imagine the pain of pushing out a child and then having your hoo-ha sewn up, and then that day they want you up and moving around, and just like, or even like if you're not pushing the baby out your hoo-ha, if you're having if you have a C-section, the amount of discomfort that you're in, and then you got to nurse the baby, you holding the baby, like all of these things. Women are amazing. And I was just like sitting there like, how do women do it? This is a lot. And it's just me with a umbilical hernia repair like, and that day when I had that thought, I texted my mama and my sister, and I was like, listen, when I have my baby, y'all best be in my house when I come home from the hospital. All hands on deck. Got my husband, my mama, my sister. My father is not with the babies. He's just like, when they start talking and they can use the bathroom on their own, I'm your guy. But why they small like that? So I'm not relying on him. But my mama and my sister, I need them at my house when I bring this baby home, because how am I going to use the bathroom with the baby? How am I going to change their diaper? How am I going to eat? And I got to feed them, and in pain. It's just a lot. So women are amazing. All that to say, if you have to have this surgery, do your research, stalk your doctor online, make sure they're good, and pray, and just get it done. Expect some discomfort. Get all hands on deck if you can. Have people to help you, especially those first 3 days. So, if you had this surgery, talk to me. What was your experience like? Comment in the comment section below. Comment in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with a friend. Thank y'all, and I'll see y'all next time with another video. Bye.